On December 8, 1980, the world was shaken to its core when John Lennon, one of the most influential musicians in modern history and a global symbol of peace, was murdered outside the Dakota, his New York City home. The day had begun with nothing unusual, just a calm winter morning, filled with interviews, studio work, and Lennon's endless creative energy. He spoke openly that day about how happy he felt to be making music again, how much he loved being a father, and how he finally felt he had found balance after years of chaos. That afternoon, as he prepared to leave the Dakota with Yoko Ono, he noticed a young man standing quietly near the entrance, holding an album and staring at him with unsettling intensity. The man, Mark David Chapman, politely asked for an autograph. Lennon smiled warmly, signed the double fantasy record, and even asked, "Do you want anything else?" Chapman said no, masking the dark plan forming in his mind. What Lennon could never have known was that Chapman had flown thousands of miles and carried a twisted mission he believed would make him famous. Chapman waited outside the building for hours, pacing, mumbling, staring at the sky, battling his own delusions, while the world inside Lennon's studio continued normally. Later that night, around 10:50 p.m., Lennon and Yoko returned home in high spirits after listening to a nearly completed song mix they both loved. As their limousine pulled up, the street was quiet, lit only by the soft glow of street lamps. Lennon stepped out first, carrying some tapes under his arm, walking toward the archway of the Dakota. Suddenly, Chapman stepped out from behind a stone pillar. He looked Lennon directly in the eye as if trying to memorize him one last time. Then, without a second of hesitation, he raised a .38 revolver and fired 5 bullets at close range. 4 struck Lennon in the back and shoulder. The sound echoed through the courtyard like a cruel explosion cutting through the cold night. Lennon staggered forward, shock and pain overcoming him as he collapsed inside the building's entrance. Yoko screamed his name as building staff rushed toward his bleeding body, desperately trying to keep him conscious. Meanwhile, Chapman did not flee. Instead, he calmly removed his gloves, placed the gun on the ground, and opened his copy of The Catcher in the Rye, reading it as though he were simply waiting for a bus. When the police arrived, he told them with chilling clarity, "I acted alone," as if this murder was the only thing he had ever prepared for. Officers didn't wait for an ambulance. They lifted Lennon into the back of a patrol car and raced to Roosevelt Hospital. But there was nothing anyone could do. He was pronounced dead at 11:15 p.m. The world stopped. News anchors struggled to speak through tears. Radio stations went silent, fans flooded the streets, and thousands gathered outside the Dakota, singing Lennon's songs in trembling voices. Around the globe, people cried openly in their living rooms, unable to grasp that the man who preached peace had been killed by a stranger seeking twisted glory. Chapman later admitted that he had planned the murder for months, obsessed with the idea that killing Lennon would make him important. His motives were a disturbing mixture of jealousy, delusion, and a desire for recognition that the world still struggles to understand. Lennon, who spent his final years advocating for love, unity, and a better future, was taken by a man who claimed to admire him, yet resented his fame. Today, the spot outside the Dakota remains a silent memorial. Fans still bring flowers, handwritten letters, and candles. People pause, look at the archway, and imagine Lennon walking through it one last time, unaware of the danger just a few steps away. His murder remains one of the most heartbreaking moments in music history. A tragic reminder of how quickly a legend can be stolen by a single moment of madness. Lennon's voice, spirit, and message still echo across generations, proving that although Chapman silenced the man, he never silenced the legacy he left behind.